I just made a video and I talked about doing astrology, but I didn't do astrology. Today, in this shirt, these videos that I'm making, I'm looking pretty rough because I didn't get any sleep last night. I told you plenty in my last video what's going on. And just like you, do you have attacks too? Attacks. Well, I'm talking about attacks, babes. I know what you think you're listening to, but I am a shepherd. The sheep in the background know what attacks are, okay? Well, I'm not talking about attacks. I'm talking about taxes. Just kidding. No, babes, why can't we see? They're being perfectly honest there, but they're like, shh, let's spell it differently. It sounds the same. You have a tax! Now, can you fortify yourselves and not let that shit in? Say, you know what, go over there. Let's see if your world turns out better than ours. We have our money, you have yours. Right? Why do you have to take our money? You have yours, right? And don't you have your creative world together? You don't? What's going on there? What's going on there? Is it really men and women like they have such difficulty together? Is it? Really? No, I think they've been rendered down, man. So anyway, weird subject matter. I hope that we got away from this Mars square Mars that's been in the sky. It's like, let's just ignore that. Beautiful stuff that we're supposed to be feeling, but the system has a way of just shitting all over it. So does your next door neighbor, especially if they're a sociopath. Yes, they have a demon in them. It's like, fuck, that's right on time. A fucking amazing, man. And then it's called paradigms, and you can see it. It's like, do you realize? Don't take it personally. See, I was trying to tell you this on my last video. If they have like sucked you into a different timeline, it's like, what's this? Well, no, this is just the world, friends. You know, and there's levels to it, but it's all hellacious. And so never ever think that that there's anything in it for you except for disease. How about that? You know, despair, sadness, the feeling of never really being satisfied, especially. And also, yeah, just being rendered up poor in all ways, shape, and form. Thank God for death. Boy, this is a funny video. Here it is, August 27th. Get this stupid day out of the way. See, they want, who are they, Shauna? There really is a effort to maintain the possibility that a human civilization could exist here. But in order for that to happen, you have to recognize your true leaders, your real leaders. And your real leaders are actually doing a sacrifice over there. Hi, Jesus, was that you? Girl, you're my favorite. I know. You're my favorite too. I'll be right there. So I think Venus went into Leo, which is, it's like it's time to animate and have fun with animation. It's time to love our ability to animate. See, we have right there, boom, it's 1 degree, and it's time to make an appearance. You know, realize that you are making an appearance. It's time to realize that you are in a movie, and what character do you play? Have you made it to the stage? What stage? Well, put the S and the T down. It's just age. We're in an age, and if you're watching this, you don't see the others that haven't. Perhaps they're tuning a whole different age, and of course they are. This is the weirdest place that we're in. It's odd. It's strange. It's definitely weird. Yeah, my third eye is opened, and I can see it. It's like, so do you guys see that you're on a massive ruins site? Where now you, as an organism, human being, highly controlled, by the way, you have no mind of your own. You're working. I mean, if you're lucky and you're watching this, you're like, mind of my own? The better way is to say agency. You have no agency at all. Oh, but don't take that personally. And you can always shut me out because it's 92% of people out there that are unsure. They're like, you mean I have to take responsibility for my own everything here? I'm talking about your availability to the truth in reality. Woo! Man, you have to defend yourself. You have to say, no, what I'm saying is, no, I'm not saying that you have to obey the system over there that most likely is going to have you do something wrong eventually. Eventually. And you're going to have to look like a fucking ass no matter what. Some people just say, fuck it, I'm an ass, and they do ass things, and they're like, where does it come from? Well, in them, it comes from just having a healthy reaction to a profoundly sick fucking situation. But then for the situation over there, it's a different story that I don't even want to get into. But have you noticed there's two sides to the story, and one side is completely missing? Which side is that, Shauna? Is it really a story? No, look at the way that you only use one capital top and then the rest just drops. That's not the laws of physics. See, if I am pulled away from being harnessed by Satan and then tortured more and more through just a little bit of money. You too, you guys. You don't know any better for me or yourselves or anybody. Not until you learn what's governing, like how the fruit tree works. Like when you look into it. Sorry, I don't like the way I look right now, but it's because I didn't get much sleep, and there's a profound reason why that happened. I almost let something really bug me. I have been really been challenged. Oh, I'm up against it. No, it's actually working for me, and I know it. That's what I was trying to explain to you on this thing. I'm not talking much about it right here, but it's like, oh, this is what it's supposed to press through and be. And I'm just here to tell my spies and who's ever watching here. My family, my grandmother, we don't enter into a trial or a case as warriors, just basically warriors. We don't fight unless we know we are going to win. And when we win, everybody wins. You don't even know it, but we've made something that is like you'll wake up and you'll think it's later maybe because you'll see other gardens that are tainted, other gardens that look like they have good fruits, but they're not really good fruits. No, there's no nourishment in them at all, especially when you handle them and you think that you're going to have it. Now I'm talking in general. That's what we have is people doing fields of information. They're in a field, and I hate to tell you kids, but we're in the day and age right now that where most of the occupation is an imposter there. They're not interested in the subject matter more so than the money that they can make and how that they can alter the subject matter. Does it sound familiar? I mean, look at fake science over there, but there's real science. It's all there is real science, and there's a science behind making sure that fake science is the thing that came out there. It's called the science of pulling wool over everybody's eyes. So we have Venus going into Leo, and I'll be damned if just the Aries people need to know to preserve your energy and watch these demons start to see. The only ones that will hate that you're trying to get charged up and they can't support you, they can't reciprocate a simple good fucking energy of a hello. Why do you want to deal with those people in the first place? That they don't reciprocate your energy back at you. I'm not talking about money. See, I would love to start separating that. We're not talking about money. Money is what happens to a civilization and or people when they've lost connection to a lot of things. Especially they've lost to the enemy. They're now being puppeted and fucking played hardcore. I swear to God, our bodies, and the way that it's here, all of this stuff, it's not here just to be ground up by the fucking institutionalized money system over there. Who says no over my dead, living dead fucking body system? Just because it can, and all what it's doing invisibly is taking your energy. Yeah. This is why there's so much disease. It's there, but you can keep your vibrational frequency on high. You can keep it out. But see, inflammatory disease, inflammation, inflation, same word in there. You just have inflammation, inflation anyway. that inflammation disease, that shit that gets on your nerves and start going everywhere, well, it's bad enough that you're trying to stay on top of the toxins, and maybe you do live in the mountains for a reason. Other people don't know why we've gone up here. It's like we're not up here to see any of the city pollution, that's for sure. And we don't care about your imagined life. And the run, 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 you poor fucking people. But know what? No, they're having a blast um, up here. It's like the classic war, and it's a spiritual war. I mean, you can see it as, oh, the hippies and the cops again, or the environmentalists against the neckties again, or nope, there's just two types of people here, folks. Intelligent people and or the stupid ones. What are we going to do? See, there's at one point, Christ was looking up like, wait, do not burn them down to flat white ash yet, because they don't know what they're doing. These are my children, and we don't punish them because they don't know what they're doing. Or do you? Narcissists do. It's all about them, too. It's like, oh, you made me look so bad when you spilt the milk. And it's like, well, you know what? You're making yourself look worse because you don't know that children do that, anyway. Hey, thanks for listening, and I don't know if I'm going to post this. I've known throughout the last 4 years, 5, all of us really need to get up off of our knees. We can do a better performance here. I've known that since day one. And the reason why the reason why I'm doing it is just like, I know that that it's going to change. And then I know that, see, if I edit the last video that I did and I put a really good title on it, it'll get a lot of attention. And see, we need to start asking for money for that, for whatever gets your attention, because we're putting energy out, and that's why you're giving it attention. If it's something that resonates, and that means it hits a funny bone, kind of like it goes zing, then you're getting a charge there. Charge. A lot of people don't know that word unless they are operating with money. But have you heard them say that it's just energy? Now, if people knew that they were in prison, they would take care of each other so much more better. In fact, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just know that there's a humanitarian code that forms when you know that you have guards over there and they don't want you to know anything more than your imprisonment, which is, babes, there's a mediocre going on. And if you disagree that there's a mediocre going on, then what's going on with this, that where you see people taking their money and going to the theater or going to the music hall or going to a dance and paying somebody to do something above the average that's not so mediocre. Yeah, yeah. If you're sitting there in denial about these levels of things, and because there are, see, I point at the tourist. The tourist is guilty of being rendered down into fucking stones, man. And even though they're the ones that say, I have, and I have based on a standard of having done quality control, that part of the organism, which is the feminine, the Venus, is not allowed to do that. Why? Oh, because it's in a house full of sick people, and when she wants to make corrections and say, no, I'm tired of this sickness, we have to do things correctly so you'll have no more sickness. When she says no to make a correction, there she gets a reactive abuse, and because it's so sick, they don't have a good conversation about it at all, and she's gonna be rendered up fucking inflamed and fucked up. That's pretty much what I'm going through now as an astrologer, babe. See, I try to do people a favor, and I'm not hanging around many people, but unfortunately, the ones that I do make contact with, I don't have a good rapport with them. And I'm pretty sure that though that there are people that do not know how to have a good rapport with people. And now, lo and behold, talking about those kinds of people, they're certainly not making videos like this. No. I'm daring pulling in and out of emotion. And see, I'm a live entertainer. I'm a motivational speaker. I know me. See, these people that are trying to run me through the persecution thing and the courtrooms and all that, it's like, okay, so I'm going to be able to get to talk here eventually. They're just racking up a huge case against themselves. I hope the cameras are viewing them while stuff goes on here, because that's our only hope. There is a third-party witness called reality here, and when human beings, I'm talking about human beings, I'm not saying just because there are non-human beings, because there are non-human beings, I say human beings, and when I mean the non-human, I will say the non-human. Do not in front of my face, babes. Now, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you're going to probably do it in front of my face. Don't do it anymore. Commend what it is to become human, which is to become enlightened. You are achieved as love now. You are achieved as the highest vibrational frequency. You are up to now, baby. You are with it. You are with reality. See, I was talking about how that this is the woman's world. She can't just check out and say, oh, this is more important while the kids just fall on their fucking ass and their own shit and stuff. No, there isn't anything more important than being aware. Now, what's that thing that Osho used to say is so beautiful? I got to write it down on the wall. It says something like, sacrifice nothing for awareness. No, sorry. See, I can't even say it right. It says, sacrifice everything for awareness. And sacrifice nothing for awareness. I think that's the way he says it. Sacrifice everything for awareness, and sacrifice nothing over awareness. Awareness is first of all, that's your freedom. Yeah, and that's the single most valuable thing that we have is freedom, because it leads you further and further into your own capacity of intelligence to become. In case you want it to appear that you have integrity in front of your children, or a lot of people just want to appear to be smarter to themselves. They want to impress other people. Well, try being present as awareness in this moment now. And on top of that, start communicating things. Celebrate things in such a way that it goes beyond the obvious. Because that's the way life really is, and that's beyond the mediocre. And there's where I do detect where the stones, where the bricks in the wall, where they are and how they communicate and what they're communicating from. And there's where you get all of the suggestion of what we're dealing with on this plane as an ecology. If it looks human, no, you're dealing with people that are living in their minds about stuff. It's not hocus pocus. It's not they're in another dimensional reality. No, there's just one reality here. Get this down, kids. There's just one reality behind all realities. Hello, Mom. I love you. She told me that when I was 7. And she told me that at a time that she knew exactly what she was doing, because it totally changed my life forever. I think maybe she caught me in a lie or something. She was trying to say, Shauna, everybody sees it. It's just that it's accessible to us all. That's why you have cameras up now, right? You have cameras. And I say, oh, okay. See, my mom wasn't one to really hide about anything. She's like, nah, don't hide that, and you don't hide this, and you don't hide that, and you don't scold your kids for being natural about this and that, and you leave them alone. And babes, you're better. It's kind of like where you're just being thrown in a fucking swimming pool, and nobody's teaching you how to swim but you right there. My mom just had that aura about her. It was very Capricornian because she's a Capricorn. Sorry, I'm just going on about her, but see, she's been here trying to help me with things here. Big alarm. I'm going through a hell of a time that I've been noticing some things, and all the population is going through it though. See, I don't take it personally like Humdinger over there wants me to. It stinks. You don't even see it. That's how bad it fucking stinks. It really is. It's so dangerous. And that's why we want to create a safety net system here. Just because people are above the average, they don't like the mediocre, they don't want the norm, which is, by the way, it's fucking completely insane. Why? Oh, it's completely like non-artistic, non-creative. They're just working with stencils, perhaps. They go with the mainstream suggestion. They want themselves. They want us to believe that they're doing a certain thing a certain way, and really they're perverts in the background. Are you paying attention at all? Can't fool the kids either. So here we are, babes. Hang tight, hang tight. Don't let them drag you into the bad juju that they want you in. See, I was talking about this on my last video that has a shirt, but I didn't put my knee up like that. That no, some of us, we've been doing something all our life that kept our vibrational frequency on high. We love to play and we stay healthy that way. We don't get into the pain body. I've recently been handling a lot of pain body around me. I think it's around me, and they tend to just transfer it onto you. And it's like, oh, and I don't like talking to these types of people because they're like, maybe. No! And it's where I don't like to fucking expose myself. No, why do we have to expose ourselves? I say I choose to be alone because it feels better. Because I don't feel other people's pain that they transfer onto me. How did that happen, Sean? I think you're ignoring, what do you think it is? I think you have pain too. No, I do have pain and I work on it. I have emotions. That's what artists are doing. That's what the person that invented everything is doing. Really, what I'm saying is like, okay, the lawnmower. That person was in pain. They kept doing it with scissors and they're like, fuck, I want to do a bigger style mower. And they got pissed. They were in pain. They were fucking had enough. And they did something different that was so much better. And they shared it with everybody. And that's the way it is. And that's what I just did. I'm motivating you to say, you know what? Don't be afraid to get pissed and fucking change things. Otherwise, you don't sit next to people with it all balled up in you. Because they're going to go, I like to change something. I don't know what it is. I feel balled down. It's you. Certainly not bringing them any happiness and good juju of just light and fluffy. I solved the problem and then I was able to unshackle myself and now I can be here now and transfer onto you. It's called a contact high. Yeah, it's called a contact high. And some people's contact high, fuck, it's pain. Aching, real life fucking pain. Oh, I'm an empath. I'm a super sensitive empath. And I can feel when people are getting a cold. It's something that, yeah, of course, I would rather not be in a crowd of people because I can hear all like the weirdest fucking shit and call me crazy. Oh, fuck you fucking people. See, this is what we're up against right now. Is that it's gonna, I bet you anything, because I'm not an isolated incident. It's a real test. These fake fucking doctors are going to start assessing people who are super sensitive, and they're going to try to they're going to try to analyze us through just a conversation alone. Interesting. I'm ready because I know my language, and I would love to have a decent conversation with somebody. But watch out. Because a decent conversation for me doesn't mean, oh, you're going to sugarcoat things. You're going to say what I want to hear and not what I need to hear. And let's talk about the mediocre, average shit that you're fed. Yeah. And so you have this like mainstream humor that, how is it out there? Do we have any really good comedians that they're only good when they fucking dare tell the truth in such a way that it's fucking hilarious, like George Carlin. George Carlin had a hard time in his career. At one point he was stumped and he says, you know what, I've got to make this better. If I don't, I'm going to fall right off and I'm going to just vanish into the blue. And he says, I think what I'll do, because he watched some videos and this is the way you do it. And this is the way I would do it. Any creative person will do this. They'll say, what the hell worked here and what didn't? What caused them laughter and what didn't? What caused them laughter is when he started just being like upfront about, what about them government workers out there and the people. And I'm not so worried about the government out there, not more so than the people, right? The people that, yeah, no, he was very deep after a while. He got so deep into the ultimate truth about things. That's the same thing that Jim Carrey was doing. The best comedy is the truth. And I don't mean it like picking on somebody's illness or something. No, you people. And I certainly don't mean it like the Three Stooges over there who they slap each other around and I don't know. I think maybe that's the highest form of comedy. I don't know. But no, there's a way to do it where you're highly informative. You can get in there and start wiggling people's perception around, and 92% of people are completely walking staggering kind of teetering. They need a little spanking into the woke, and see, you can't do that with the narcissist, the malignant cases. First of all, what kind of comedy do you find them at? See, there's so many different comedians, but there are the greats for a reason, and you can bet that those narcissists don't like them. I've known, okay, I'm going to close this up. Some narcissists, and a lot of them are males, they like this kind of movies where other narcissists are playing the main role. Like, what's that one guy with the curly hair and the red hair? Sorry. You know who I mean. But it's just these guys that they find to do this comedy that actually, it really fucking sucks. It's just trash. But these people, and there isn't anything worse than like so much as walking past a room where there's a narcissist watching their favorite comedy and their laughter. Yeah, you can hear the difference between laughter coming from enlightenment and then laughter coming from, we just stuck it to them again. Not even Halloween yet, but we have fucking Pluto going through Aquarius. And it's like, I hope you enjoy your forever Halloween for the next 14 years. It's just, you better fucking learn how to have fun because something's sitting right there going, prove it that this is fun. Pluto has the best fun. You think Leo is doing something over there. No, look at Scorpio. There's where the kids came from, actually. You people seem to be living in denial about the truth. Oh, they're getting right into the truth and they're fucking holding the money and all that shit. There's like, yay! Oh, Scorpios are so much more generous than Taurus or anybody. And they get the bad rap that they're stingy. And here's why. It's because they've been giving and giving and giving. And then when they see you're an ungrateful asshole or something, or that you can't handle their control tactics, I don't know. It could be that way. They could be just like the Taurus. Then when they pull away and they don't give to you anymore, you're gonna call them stingy and unfair and all that stuff. It's like, no, actually, they didn't have to give you anything. But see, God, talking about that fucking See, I was talking to my first video that I made that was 36 minutes long, talking about trying to. We need to start talking about this and just saying, no, this is how it is, and it's already written. They just hide that material. Usually that material is beautiful poetry that's been around forever. Like Khalil Gibran. I love The Prophet, that book that he wrote, The Prophet, because it's about just a teacher guy. Really, he's a guru or just a prophet. And he walked around from town to town, and for some reason, some of the people knew, ask them a question right in front of people in case you didn't understand something. And I guess some people couldn't understand. They couldn't understand what love was. They couldn't understand what a friend was. They couldn't understand what the truth was. They couldn't understand a lot of things. And he just put this book together that says, and then, it says, and then speak to us on self-knowledge. And then he has this thing about self-knowledge. And it's the truth about it. It really is. I don't know, man. I am looking at some people that their mothers and fathers never handed them these books and said, you don't have to read it now, but just hold on to it. And see, they know what they're doing with that. You will probably come to a time where you're like, I don't know what to do, and I don't have my mommy and daddy right now, but they gave me this book. Pick it up, flip through it, My mom gave me books that it's like almost like she knew that I would go through certain kind of ego deaths or something, and then you don't know what to do but to pick those books up and start reading it. And those books are designed to tell you something that you have forgot, something very beautiful that you have forgot about who you and what you really are. Really, as true self, something so timeless and beautiful that, of course, you have to say. So I'll close this off and I'm going to keep playing it. But it can't be stolen because I'm copywriting it all the time. It'll get better. The ultimate ground of being is beyond the words and symbols. But for you, my dear friends, who's earnest and loyal, must this be saying the void needs no alliance? Rest undone, and without making an effort, remain loose and natural. One can break the yoke, gaining liberation. The darkness of the ages can never shroud the glowing sun, nor can any of these illusions hide the God's mind's brilliant light. What's that? Well, there's been so many corny stories about this lately. Rest on, not even one. Now, without making an effort, already here, baby, remain loose, natural. For example, gain your liberation by just blowing your mind, everything's fine. I've had this fucking eye twitch for like, I blame it on Mars because I'm having a Mars return, and I'm also being attacked by demons. Sympathy to us who know better, that you do not give up to the enemy. You keep staring in the eye until they flinch. One thing you do not meet them in their own toxic gardens. No, you rebel, you tune up, and you sing about hell, yes. You sing about hell and heaven. Will you ever make it? Or are you gonna get rid of these words and flatten down everything? Frankie, baby, I love you. Imagine this day. One day you will see artists just disappear. 'cause we're called quite queer, and the fact is, whoever took us away, more sick than any other can ever say. But now they're calling us crazy. Only hope for sanity here. You remain loose, natural. Be there for each other, available. Ooh, blow your mind, everything's fine. Be a free radical in the system and blow their windows out. Because we cannot put up with being rendered mediocre and just thinking that our diseases are inherited. No, I'm here to tell you that instant healing is available for you right now. You'll have to be willing to put that disease, your mind, and the system down. I promise you, I promise you. Handle a higher learning tune. You